Joins us in the Lake District in the UK. Thanks, Aaron, for joining us. And Bengaluru. But before we come to you, gents, here's what the Indian team manager had to say about Dhawan's injury.
Shikhar has a fracture of the base of his first metacarpal on his left hand. Now, following several specialist opinions, he will remain in cast until July, mid-July, which rules him out of the ICC World Cup 2019.
Okay, let's get our experts to weigh in. Alan, Sippy, let's begin with you. What does this mean for Virat Kohli, for the coach Ravi Shastri and for the rest of the team management about how they approach that next game? Because Dhawan's, unfortunately, now been ruled out officially.
Now that Dhawan is ruled out, I think it's clear that the management will be looking at the guy. I'm not going to sit on the fence. They're going to be looking at Rishabh Pant because it's very unfortunate. But at the same time, this is Rishabh Pant, in my opinion, from the start should have been picked. Now it's destiny that he's back the side, which is good for Indian cricket. And at the same time, I think this guy, Rishabh Pant, has got the X factor, and I've been saying it time and time again. He's got the X factor with the capital X. He's brilliant. So as far as I'm concerned, Rahul Dravid has done a decent job. It's unfortunate that Shikhar Dhawan's injured. But now it's all about Rishabh Pant. And I just want to make one more point, because people will be wondering why not Dinesh Karthik, why not somebody else? It was a mistake, in my opinion, not taking Rishabh Pant. Now that you've got him in the side, you'll have to play. This guy is the X factor. This guy is brilliant. Now, whether they bat him at 4 or 5, that's irrelevant. He's going to be playing for sure. And I'm telling you, this boy has got something for it takes at the highest level.
Saad bin Jung, I know you're a huge fan of Prithvi Shaw. You would have liked him to be here. But let's face the situation we have now. Alan's buzz seems to suggest that that Rishabh Pant will come straight into the squad. What do you make of that?
Yes, you're right, Viren. I am a fan of Prithvi Shaw, basically because I was an opener myself. And I know how difficult it is, especially on conditions where on challenging wickets. But listen, he's not there, so let's forget about him now. Now we have Pant, and I believe, like Alan, that even Pant should have been there. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, blow to blow, I think we're fine, because Pant is a very good batsman, and he's got more or less pretty much the same sort of attributes that Dhawan has. And I will go one step further to say that maybe on English conditions, although these are not English conditions, but maybe if the ball is swinging around a little or seaming a little, I would rather have Pant in my side than have a Shikhar Dhawan, because Pant's game is extremely tight, it's very well controlled, he's full of aggression when it needs to be, and he's a very good modulator of the game. So Pant coming in now, I mean, the only way that I can see him coming in is a Shankar. Where would you want to bat Shankar? You've proven to us that you want to bat him at number 6. So Pant, maybe at number 4. Because I would like a left-hander for left-hander, maybe at number 4 to offset some of the bowling that's going on at that sort of level. Maybe bring Pant up higher and play him instead of Shankar.
And Alan, Sippy, looking at the way that Owen Morgan played yesterday, and of course, Rishabh Pant is a long way to get to the level that Owen Morgan plays at, but boy, would Rishabh Pant be smacking his lips looking at how flat some of these wickets are, how small some of the grounds are. He'd really like to have a go here.
Absolutely. And I think that I was there when the last match, Pakistan, thought that he was batting indoors. The management, every opportunity to match. I think, in my opinion, though he has got the effect. When you know
some trouble there with your audio, Alan, so we're going to try and fix that. But Saad, let's put that question to you. Looking at the way this pitch has been, same question that I put to Alan. Looking at how Owen Morgan clearly just knocked the ball out of the park like it was child's play, Rishabh Pant will really be, chomping at the bit here, hoping to get a chance to show the world what he's made of in these conditions.
Yes, yes, Viren, and that's a very good observation, because looking at it from a cricketing perspective purely, you've got a Rishabh Pant who's pretty much a similar sort of player like Morgan is. And the other What Morgan did yesterday was fantastic. I've never seen a batsman who was scratching around to suddenly just over one ball shift gears and come into his form and start dominating the bowling with a complete change of philosophy and plan. Now, in my view, that is Rishabh Pant too. He has the capability. He's done that before. Right from grafting, he's suddenly taken on the onus of going after the bowling. He's a very tight and a very compact player, and it's a very good comparison, because if there is anybody in the Indian side that can actually replicate what Morgan has done, it's Pant. And I think it's a very good decision to have got Pant back in and playing at number 4, modulating the innings, making sure that if there is an angle that the right-handers are finding difficult, he can come in and play that out. I think it's a good decision taken, even though my views on Prithvi Shaw stand. But I think if looking at the wickets, looking at the way the ball is moving around, and also one more thing, Viren, I'd like to make a final point here. Looking at the way the 3 South African batsmen have got out, they've all been bowled out. They've been bowled. It's not that they've been, they've got out to bad shots. I think you've got to have a very tight, compact, level-headed player out there in the middle.
Well, absolutely. In fact, we've got Alan now on the phone line with us. We had some trouble there with his audio. Alan, let me put this question this way. The team faced a lot of flack for not picking Rishabh Pant in the first place, not taking him to England. People said we missed that sort of match winner that Rishabh Pant is for the Indian team. What was running through the head of the captain, the coach, after the injury to Dhawan? Was that immediately the first option that they thought of to take to England?
There is no question about it, Viren. It is obvious that the management wanted Rishabh Pant straight away. Because, see, whatever's happened, Dinesh Karthik, good luck to him and God bless him. He was picked, that's fine. But now you know that people were talking that Rishabh Pant can't keep wickets and can't do this and can't do that. It is all nonsense, because this guy can do, he's a decent keeper. We're not asking him to keep wickets because Dhoni is there. But at the same time, this guy should have been there from the start, because he's incredible. I'm telling you, you see, when you get a cricketer like this, it's a once-in-a-lifetime cricketer. He's a 21-year-old kid. He's outstanding. If whoever's seen him play, they know that this guy's got the X factor. It's just simple as that. You don't want to mess around with people saying that, he needs experience. If you're only, you can just see the guy play and you understand that he's brilliant. So I'm so happy, not only for the Indian public, because I'm sure the entire country wanted Pant at the start, but I'm so happy because now I know that in the middle order, when India needs to do some damage to the bowling, some serious damage, we've got this guy who can really hurt the opposition.
Right, and Saad, it's exactly that. Now, I know you said conventional thinking would say you pick up someone who's a much more accomplished batsman, someone who's been there, done that for the country. But when you have a captain like Virat Kohli who shows so much belief in his players, even those who may be a little out of place, who may feel like a fish out of water at the beginning, at least seemed like that to us, but the amount of immense confidence he shows in these players, do you think that is what, that's what perhaps is going to make the difference in whether Pant is a success or not at the World Cup?
No, exactly. And taking off again from what Sippy has said, the fact that they've taken Pant, they should have taken him in the first place in any case. Old DK, who I'm fond of as a cricketer, and I think he's a wonderful person too, he should never have been there, because he's going to do nothing for Team India sitting on the sidelines. But had Pant been there already, then maybe we could have chosen another specialist batsman to go in place of the injured Dhawan. So I think the way Virat Kohli and the team management has sort of approached the World Cup, even before the World Cup started, he was very happy with 4 specialist batsmen, and if one gets injured, he's still happy with just 3 specialist batsmen. Never in the history of the World Cup, or I think never in the history of cricket, has this ever happened. And it's these messages that Virat is coming out and giving to every player of his, especially to his middle order, especially to his all-rounders, saying, boys, we don't need the top order batsmen. I'm not going to waste a slot for them. You are the ones for me. Hardik, I trust you. Dhoni, you're my senior. you take care of the middle order. And then, of course, you've got a couple of other all-rounders. The little fellow Jadhav, he's very fond of him, and he's placed a lot of trust in him. So I think the way that Kohli has approached this, said, I'm going to attack with my two spinners. There's no way I'm going to drop my two spinners. I'm going to have my two seamers, and that just leaves you middle order, three of you in the middle order to take care of if something goes wrong at the top. Well, I've never seen this. This sort of aggression, this sort of approach, this sort of faith, this sort of confidence, I've never seen in any other captain, and certainly not in any other team in the World Cup.
Well, absolutely. My thanks to you, Saad bin Jung, and to Alan Sippy on this chat. So that